Now which one of y'all hoes ready to clown with a nigga from the D-town? I put it down like straight and Eminem. What I'm giving them, game that's infinite. Never forget me, bitch. Whether I'm rich or a pissy poor, whether I love all ladies or just all whores, whether I rock the top in a dubbed out coupe, whether I take you out to eat and order rat soup. It really don't matter at all. DJ Assault, aka Craig Diamonds, y'all. So what you saying? We gon' get naughty, y'all. Ready to party with the girls with naked bodies, y'all. Okay. So strip tease, get on your knees. Stop me at the clubs when the cops yell freeze. Illegal shit, we gon' leave confidential. This is what I'm giving you over this instrumental. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash. What I'm giving them, something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash. Came in the club like that, that. I stole J shit, oh well man, I hope he don't resent it. Cause this is for them nasty hoes, doing them nasty shows, diked out with them dildos. I guess they got skill though, for real though, chill though, you damn nympho. But she'll do that to do. Everybody get a turn like Rubik's Cube. With a body like a goddess, she takes the cake. The bitch is thicker than a motherfucking milkshake. So shake that ass and titties too. Notice, I'm running game and not tipping you. This place is like a zoological park. You're making money off of buses, straight up mark. Them niggas crazy. But who am I to judge or grudge? Show me what they hitting for. This what I'm giving, yo. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash. What I'm giving them. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Shake that ass. Watch yourself. You're 20. You look 30 cause you're living too fast. You really need to slow it down, girl. I know you in and out of town, girl. Detroit there. You really looking like a clown, girl. You ain't down, girl. You gon' fall, girl. Fucking call, girl. I'ma call you a bitch and a hoe to the third power. Now hit the shower. They do it all for the dough. You out your mind, baby, you blind. You can't sing. So put the song on rewind till it sinks in. And close your legs, something to sink in. Nickname.
Let's go, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. Welcome to the Conspiracy Castle. I'm your conspiracy asshole. Let's go.
To shake your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Something to shake your ass to. Something to make.
We're going wild tonight, Lala. Something to shake your cat to. I like to make it a little less perverted. Hold on. Sky Bear. Let's go, Sky Bear.
The 24-hour party and shit don't stop.
What I'm giving them.
Something to shake your ass to all night long. What I'm giving them.
I can't believe, Lala, I can't believe I'm playing this music with you on here. How disrespectful. But it's all love. We have to hear the whole song, but I pre-apologize. I'm so terrible.
Your ass to. Something to make that cash to. Something to shake your ass to.
This is requested by a patron. I had to oblige. Something to make that cash too.
Something to shake your ass to. Something to make that cash too.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, welcome to the Conspiracy Castle. I'm your conspiracy asshole, and that was the legendary DJ Assault, and that was a special request from a patron. So, Lala, I just want to welcome you to the Conspiracy Castle. I want to say that I really enjoyed all the guests that you've interviewed so far. I can tell that you have incredible taste. So you are a woman with class and a smart brain. So how are you doing this lovely evening? And for the people at home, we're doing a cross stream. Lala's going to upload this as well. So Lala, if there's an introduction you would like to do, please go ahead.
Well, I don't think I can beat what you were just doing. For anyone who's listening, you have to go and watch Conspiracy Castle's YouTube because he was just dancing with his cat. But welcome to Lala Beams. This is going to be episode 23, and this is me, Lala. Also, this is essentially my reveal of my face, so there's that.
What? Lala, that's what I'm saying. I tried to find your face. Wait, we got to talk about, hold on. Let me make you a little even prettier. Let me show you this. Let me do it like this. I got to do a stop share and then transition. Lala, now look at you. Yeah, I have to say this is the big reveal because you didn't even have any pictures. And I have to say this. Wow. And I'm not just saying that because, a lot of people say, oh, you're really attractive. And I don't want to be too perverted too. We play that music. But I'm just saying, like I said, there's not a lot of attractive. Not that it even matters. I don't care that people are attractive. But we get a connotation like you live in your mom's basement. Like if you look into conspiracies, you're just like an ugly cigarette smoking, like Charlie Day in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Have you ever seen that where he's like,
I love him, actually.
But where he has the dartboard and he has like, yes. So trying to connect. That's like the creepy conspiracy. So when I see, like, for lack of a better word, a black pilled or red pilled beautiful lady, it's kind of like a unicorn. It's like, what the heck? What? And
what's wrong with you?
Yeah, I mean, seriously, because I'm so fucked up. Excuse my language. I hate to say it like that. That's kind of how you come to truth. Is like you almost have to be like something in your life. You have to actually see that the world's kind of messed up. Because if you have that, you live in the fake matrix, you think everything's good, then you even never look into the official story. So you kind of have to have some trials and tribulations to bring you into reality. That's my opinion. So what do you think?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, it's kind of like the same thing I always say about people who are funny. You have to have fucked up shit happen to you. Oh, I'm sorry. Can I cuss?
No, you can cuss. Oh, yeah. Okay. Heck yeah. Go on.
Yeah, you have to have fucked up shit happen to you to be able to make light of bad situations, So it's the same thing with breaking out of the matrix or being a truther. You are literally saying the worst possible things that people don't want to believe to be true and keep living,
Well, what was like the biggest matrix breaker for you, Lala?
It was a combination of things, but I think for me, it was my dad who was very religious and he constantly told me I was going to hell. So I was just like, that just sounds weird. Like, what kind of religion would just tell random people they're going to hell for no reason?
Slow your roll, Lala. He would really threaten you with hell. What would he say? He would see you in a miniskirt or something? He would say if you kissed a boy.
No.
Well, how would he use hell? I mean, seriously, I'm not trying to get too deep, but how would he use it?
So I have to give you a little background then. My dad has 8 kids with 6 wives. My mom was the 4th wife, and he wasn't around for any of them, for any of the children. And so it's not like he was aware of like what was going on in my life. I remember I met him after I graduated and was like, oh, I got a good job and blah, 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 everything that you're supposed to do. And instead of being like, oh, congratulations, good job, he said, well, are you going to church because you're going to go to hell?
Yeah, because you know what that is? That's a control method. So he was doing the same thing they do with religion. And I hate that because my dad grew up without a relationship to his dad, and I know that it affected him. And like nobody's relationship with their parents is perfect. Everybody has fucked up relationships with their parents.
Right.
You're not special. And I'm not trying to make light of your situation. It just sucks at it because we don't choose our parents.
No worries.
Yeah, no. But the thing is, when a parent uses that Christianity stuff on you, it's like that's trauma-based mind control. No matter because a lot of parents use that good intention parents, bad parents, everybody uses that to guilt or trip their kids. Luckily, neither of my parents ever used religion or bugged me about religion. But would he like hammer it home? I mean, would he really say,
well, like I said, I mean, he wasn't really around. So it was just, it made me, and when you're such a young kid and you're like, hell, and then you hear about hell, you're like, wow, that's pretty freaking scary, And then I started researching about all different kinds of religions and then getting into like more of like metaphysical stuff, like, I don't know, any type of like Albert Einstein theories or Nikola Tesla theories, like all of that. And then I was like, well, it makes more sense together. And that's kind of the biggest one for me. And that's kind of where all my interests lie. I love all the conspiracies in general, but that's piques my interest the most, I think.
Well, so you're like me, you believe in the creator, obviously. And but so what do you think about organized religion though in general?
I think that for some people it's okay. I think I've met some people who believe in organized religion that kind of have had their own personal experiences. But that again, I don't think they need the organized religion to continue down that path. So
yeah, you don't need a religion to be moral. That's the problem. It's like people say that. It's like your dad. That's what he did, kind of. He's kind of like making it seem like you need a religion to be moral, which is not the case in my opinion. But that's just another manipulation technique like Catholicism, like all the religions. They just guilt trip you into making you feel a certain sort of way. But let's talk about the metaphysical connection. I really like that because like it's kind of like what is the metaphysical connection that makes the grass grow? You know, I mean, they say it's photosynthesis or whatever, but like, what is the real, what is it? What is the metaphysical thing that makes a tree branch grow in that direction? You know, it's like, what is happening? And I feel like a tree branch sometimes. I can't control the way I grow, but what do you think about like metaphysicality?
Well, have you ever heard how plants, when you talk to them, like, oh, how is your day, plant, or love you, plant, that they are actually happier and grow better?
Yeah, I think there's a thing called the rice experiment. My buddy Jaron did it. And it's like if you leave some rice out and you yell at it, and then if you, I swear, and like if you leave some rice and you're nice to it, over time one gets all moldy and one doesn't.
Oh my God, that's so interesting.
Yeah,
See?
and that's I'm saying that is because it's all about vibrations. We're vibrational beings. I mean, you know that. So it's like if you give something bad energy, it receives bad energy. I just think. Go ahead, please.
Oh, and then I found like this crumpled little leaf in a pool of water yesterday, and I like picked it up, and it just like looked so much like veins in the leaf. You know, it's just like as above, so below. Everything is like that.
That is like, the idea of the Freemasonry and, the duality of man. No, but you're talking about the tree. The tree looks like the lung. The eyeball looks like the branches of a tree. We are so connected. And that's why they say the sibling, it's called branches of a tree theory, where siblings are often very different because even though two branches are from the same tree, there's no two branches alike. So that's why some siblings are be like completely opposite, even though they come from I believe that's called the branch of the tree theory. So yes, I mean we are we're not like we are metaphysical. We need the sunlight too, just like the grass. It's weird. Something weird's going on that they can't explain.
Yeah, and then I obviously, like you said, I had Crow on my show today. Actually, earlier today I interviewed him, and so I have all of that kind of rolling around in my brain.
That's huge. I saw the top. So let's talk about the lunar wave. I don't need to pull it up. I mean, I could, but like, so was that a big topic? I guess is that what he's famous? I mean, I've listened to Crow all the time.
Yeah.
Is that what his famous claim to fame? Obviously, the lunar wave.
Yeah. So I definitely talked about that because when I was doing a bunch of research on him and on the lunar wave, right leading up to this, I was talking to my friends about it, like kind of excited, and no one had even heard of it or knew what it was. So I did want to focus on that a lot. And then the two suns. And I actually came across an interesting theory today about Earth, because after interviewing Dave Weiss, I was like, okay, I believe in flat Earth now, but I've always still felt like there was more to it than that. And someone came to me with a theory of like the black hole planet. Have you ever heard of that?
Well, is that the idea that there's a third celestial body that creates eclipses? Is that the same thing or is that different?
No. So I can send you this link later on, but basically
you can send it
what
to
he
me
said
right now. I'll pull it up if it's easy, but is it annoying? Some of this stuff is so intense. It's like I love.
It's like you have to like read into it. It's like a lot.
Yeah,
basically,
it's a lot.
He talks about like International Great Lakes datum, and that proves flat Earth. And this is like a physicist I found randomly. He has like barely any followers, but you can tell he just does research on this nonstop. And then he said that the zodiacal light east westerly all night, that proves globe Earth. So the fact that both of those are true proves that it's a black hole planet. And then he goes into all of the evidence of why that is. And it talks so much about a bunch of weird stuff. But I will send it to you later on.
And let me share screen. Hold on, let me do this. If you guys can see it that well. Let me fix this. Alt. That, and let me do that, and then put it behind that. Okay. So this isn't a good lunar wave really, but this just kind of shows you on the outside. It looks like this makes it too big. But it looks like, let me see if they're in the beginning. I mean, just for the people at home, you're like, what is a lunar wave? I know that people are listening without video, but it actually looks like that the moon, the way the outside edges of the moon is, that there is literally some sort of liquid in between it from our perspective. So this is, let's see if we can see it. Hold on. Let's see. So you see it right there, like that's a lunar wave, and then I think it weighs up here. Yeah, right here.
It happens twice.
Yeah, right here, right here. So you really have to pay attention to this stuff, guys. People are like, "Oh, what are you guys talking about? The lunar
I know.
wave?" People are like, "You guys are freaks," and I get it. We are freaks, no doubt. But you guys just have to look into the lunar wave yourself to understand it doesn't make sense. And like, I do believe they're like, this is. I don't even want to show the commercial, but do you remember there was like a Smirnoff? It was like a Smirnoff vodka commercial, where, like burst into the space and it was water. It was vodka. Let me
How
find
long
it.
ago was this commercial? Because
Forever,
I
like in
haven't
the
seen a
90s.
commercial in a really
It's
long
like from the
time.
90s. Let's
Okay.
see.
There was while you're looking that up, there was another commercial that someone just put up. God, I forget what is Alec Baldwin, I think it was, and it was a Hulu commercial. And he was basically saying, like, we want to turn your brain to mush because we want to take over the world. And then at the end, a lizard tail comes out of his suit and like he does like a little slurp like a reptilian. I was like,
So what do you think about that? That's like a big, David Icke theory, the lizard theory. And I do believe there is something weird to these bloodlines. Like, but I also believe like Nephilim, there was giants and stuff. So the idea that there were some sort of like human lizard hybrids is not that far-fetched.
I don't think that's that hard to believe. So
Well, I see lizards all the time. You know what I mean? And
I live
look
in Florida, so
Yeah, I mean, and I see freaking monkeys look just like me. Like, we're not that different. They're just in a human suit. I mean, listen, you saw me with my cat already. I have a thing called toxoplasmosis. It's a parasite from dealing with a cat's fecal matter. So I'm basically a cat. So, like, I'm not even a human being. So there could be some sort of lizard parasitic thing. I know that sounds crazy, but it's like, whatever, there's literally insects that can go inside of another insect and operate. Have you ever seen those weird videos where like an insect will go inside of
I do not watch insect videos ever. I hate butterflies. I hate all bugs.
These are weird. You'll see it's like it'll be like recommended on Instagram. It'll be like a weird thing.
I get pissed. Like I go on Nextdoor and people will be like, can someone identify this bug? And I'm like, what the fuck? I didn't come on here to see a freaking cricket up close.
You really don't like bugs. Wow.
Well,
Wow.
have you ever seen a palmetto bug?
What is that? I mean, I think that's
Have you ever been to Florida?
multiple times, too many times.
Okay,
I don't know.
they're
Like I said, I've seen
They're
a bunch of
this
fucked up
big,
bugs.
and they
Okay.
fly. And they
then-
fly. And there's a huge roach with a hairy legs and a tiny little head.
And they're outside.
They come inside too. I mean, you have to have pest control or else they're in your house, period.
Wow, Florida is wild. I'm in Dallas. I mean, shit. I'm not gonna lie. I see some bugs every once in a while, but I see a freaking ant, a sugar ant or something. I'm one with the universe. I stopped eating meat. I don't really. I'm so woo woo. If I see a roach, I always kill it. I don't see a ton, but I don't like killing a roach. Isn't that weird? Like
I've
I
never
don't.
killed one in my life. I'm too scared.
What?
So.
Oh, I mean, I'm too many to count. I mean, are you kidding? I've been to houses where, like, I've been in so many situations where I've had to kill roaches. Yes, you've never killed a
I did.
roach in your life. I'm not afraid
I'm
of
too
a
scared.
me and
I
a
did-
roach. That shows you. But I hate to cut you off and saying that shows you the sickness in my mind, guys. If you're out there, I could be an exterminator. I'm Primetime 99. I'm just trying to think of a good example of my personality. If I see a roach, zero fear. No. I see that roach. I can stomp it. That roach, when it sees me, I'm its worst nightmare because I'm not gonna stop till that thing's dead. But I don't feel good about it. I'm just saying, guys, I don't give two shits. And I look at one. If I see a roach, I'm like, oh, you're done. You're just met your Undertaker, bud. So good luck. Good luck. Good fucking luck is what I say to the roach. And then it's a game, and then I enjoy it. So, sorry, I'm going off on the roach thing. You hate the bugs.
I did.
I kinda
kill
like
a
the
gator
bugs.
though last year. So
With a gun? How did you do that, young lady? Please explain
it's
that.
like, it's like a bang stick. Have you ever watched like Swamp People?
Of course. And so, but isn't it I thought it's a shotgun they use. What's a bang?
Well, it is a shotgun, but you have to like put pressure on the head of the gator and then it releases the bullet. So you have to literally be like within
I
arm's
know, but
reach.
what
of
does it have? Some contraption on it that knows, like, or you just do you click a trigger though?
Yeah, no. The trigger
just
is
touch
when you
it to
press
it.
it down. When you press it down, yeah.
And it shotgun blasts it. Is it a big shell or is it just like a slug?
You have to make sure the bullet or the gator's head is underwater or else the skull could come out and like impale you. So it has to be underwater when you do it.
Wow. And you can just kill them willy-nilly. It's no big
You
deal.
need to have a permit for that, but yeah.
But I mean, I'm just saying, and so what the hell? I mean, there's just all these gators. That's pretty freaky. Did you do it? Did you
Talk
make
about
a wall?
reptilians.
Yeah, I was saying. Well, did you do anything cool with the gator skin? Did you make
My brother took it, and I think he's gonna make like something out of it. But we ate the meat. So,
Lala, you're a monster. Look at you killing. Look at you alligator hunting. You're lizard hunting. Are you gonna
but I
catch
won't kill a roach.
I know. You'll kill an alligator that would eat you in 2 seconds. An alligator would enjoy it. He would get multiple pleasure. He would taste delicious. He would have the white meat part of you, the dark meat, the light part. He would love eating you. Do you think that actually, was thinking that the other day, because I have a turtle and I feed him like old insects. Speaking of insects, this is the insect episode. That's what we need to name it, the episode of insects. But I feed him insect pellets, and he like goes crazy for them. Like he loves it. He knows when he's gonna get fed, and you're not supposed to even feed a turtle that much. But I'm like, does he enjoy the flavor? Do you think that do you think a turtle, a reptile, do they have flavor profiles? They have to,
I think
right?
so. I think so. So I reached out to you because I heard you on Black Pill Radio a few weeks ago, I guess, and I thought you were hilarious. I heard you talking a little bit about. Well, I was looking up some of your episodes today, and I saw that you called in Dr. Drew. And then I also heard that you called in Howard Stern when you were trying to speak to Hillary Clinton.
Okay, no, so he had Hillary on a few years after, but I called in. So that's when I like first got awoke as shite. I got deep into Pizzagate, like really deep into it. And so I got so deep into it, I like stayed up for a couple of nights. And Howard Stern, this is like when his show's on Sirius. So he's really not as popular. People think it's not that hard to get through, but it was hard for them to actually put you on air to Howard because so many people want to get, or at the time, people have like interesting shit. And you only have he only talks to a few guests in episodes. So it was kind of a big deal to get through, but I was in this like dark rabbit hole of John Podesta and Comet Ping Pong and James Alefantis' Instagram. And so when I called him, I was dead serious, trying to expose like these freaking freaks. And that's what's sad is going on now. Hunter Biden, all these people, Jeffrey Epstein, nobody's ever going to get any justice for all this stuff. And we all know what happened. Everybody knows it's in the zeitgeist, the collective consciousness. Everybody knows Jeffrey Epstein was a freak that didn't kill himself, and we'll never get any justice, and nobody gives a shite.
So did you talk to them? Did you talk to
Howard? Yes, I did. I got through. And so I ask him, what's the deal with Pizzagate? And here, you want to listen to it? Should we listen to it? No, I play it so many times. You do want to listen to it? Okay.
Yeah.
Hold on. I'll play it. Let me find it.
My listeners might have not.
Okay, Howard Stern Pizzagate. Let me try to find it. What is that? Hold on. They like scrub all this stuff. Of course, it's Howard Stern. Alex Stein. I should have it just keyed up. Of course, here it is. Oh, shit. No, that's not right. No, that's not it. Come on, Alex. Yeah, so basically I was in this dark rabbit hole of, Howard Stern. Where the fuck? Oh, it's on my Instagram because I had to take it off YouTube. Okay. There it is.
Do you have a lot of trouble with that?
Yes. Oh my gosh, I have so many strikes, and that's why I have 6 channels because I'm constantly getting strike after strike. It's the most annoying thing in the world. And then, it takes 90 days and then it gets off your, record or whatever the hell. It's such bullshit. Excuse my language. It's just so freaking stupid. Okay, let me do this. Okay, here it is.
It was not only to meet you, but to tell you what a hero you were to me and how special you are to me and your level of expertise and everything you've done.
Ew.
To sit here and get to tell you that is very exciting for me.
I'm very normal. Alex, you're on the air in Texas. How are you, Alex?
Hey now, I'm good. So Howard, my question is, have you heard about the scandal Pizzagate involving Hillary, Jeffrey Epstein, all the child predators are running a child predator ring?
That is a fake story.
Let the guy go for a second. I'll straighten.
But Robin,
All right, okay. Look. For anybody who doesn't know what Pizzagate is, maybe you live under a rock and you don't read the paper. But Pizzagate was a thing where on the web, on the internet, there was a story. It was a fake story. And by the way, you say, where do these fake stories come from? Is it some devious plot? And it is, actually. The Russians and other countries like China, our enemies, sit around. They have actual groups of people in their military who do what is called disinformation. They try to confuse the idiots in this country who don't look for sources, who just are on the internet all day. We have people in this country who are like drones. They sit
And
there.
they don't get corroboration. They just believe what they read.
So anyway, Pizzagate turned out, one of these disinformation stories was that there was a pizza parlor in Washington, D.C. that had a pornography ring that Hillary Clinton and John Podesta were all involved in, and it was a cuckoo story. Like you'd look at this and go, well, of course this isn't true. This would be in every major newspaper in the world if Hillary Clinton and John Podesta were busy with child porn. So, long story short, some guy reads this and he decides he's going to investigate on his own. So he gets an AR. I think he had an AR-15 or whatever. He comes in with an assault rifle, and he goes down to Washington to investigate. I mean, fortunately, all the people got out of there, but I think he shot up the place, if my memory serves me well, yeah. And so this is what's happening in our country. We have the internet. It has changed everything. And you got a bunch of morons who sit home and read internet all day. I don't know why they don't work. And they believe anything they read. And these are very gullible, dumb people. I mean, these are the same people who donate to the Baker family because, or these televangelists. Even though Baker himself was in jail. I mean, it's the same. It's just the problem is there's a lot of idiots. Listen, you hear it all the time. There's certain people who call in are dumb.
Me.
Listen, what are we going to do? If I was president, I'd get rid of a lot of these people. Anybody with an IQ below 110 would be gone. That's the end of them. I put them in
Now here you go.
Well, come on. I'm all fired up, Robin. Come on with me. No, but in all seriousness, that is what it is. Now, what do you want to say about it, Alex, now that I've explained it?
Okay, well, think about this. In Podesta's leaked emails, he has a conversation with Marina Abramovich, who's a famous performance
Thank you,
artist
Tommy.
that bases her whole art on satanic culture and 666. And
All right, Alex, I love you.
Believes it's true.
Okay, Alex, thank you for listening to me, and I got to go
I
now.
love you, Robin. I love your titties.
All right,
I love your
there
titties.
you go. Talk about something we can agree on.
I
Robin's
want the
titties.
milk from your titties, Robin. I want them to pour all over me like the rains in Africa. I
She
love
even
your
thinks you have
titties.
milk in your titties. Because you're
So confused.
Right.
I would suck them like Lenny. I'd get all the milk out.
All right, thank you. Now, there's a topic we can agree on. Look, leave me alone with internet theories and all of that. You got to give me a break. I'm here to do gay lie detector tests. I don't know why people look to me to explain everything to them. And I bring up, like, I'm listening to tape of this Jim Baker.
Okay. So that's
My
that.
fantasy was not only to meet you.
So, but really, now with that Pizzagate thing, I have to show this. You're gonna get mad, but people are gonna get mad. This guy edited this clip for me. Oh my gosh, you're gonna be annoyed. But since we played a Howard Stern clip, we have to play one more. Do you care if we play this new Howard Stern clip I put out today? Okay, it's cool. Hold on, everybody has to see it. I just put it out today. Voila! People are gonna hopefully they'll come and watch this. This is really interesting. This guy made an incredible edit of this video. I want the people at home to see this. Okay, let me put you right here. Now, guys, look at this. This is from the Chauncey Hayden interview. Watch this. First time I ever heard about it. You were in a court case with Howard Stern where he had a supermodel's bones and he displayed them on the air, and it went to the Supreme Court.
That's such a fascinating story.
The most fascinating story I've ever heard.
And we had Debbie cremated. Howard heard about it, had me come on the show, and that's when it all went down. You know, nobody thought that Howard was going to take the box off the urn, and he did. And it was gruesome, and it was horrible, and that case is now studied in Harvard Law School. To become an attorney with a Harvard degree, you have to study this case. It redefined what is defamation, because what basically was happening, someone who was very close to me, who I really loved dearly, Debbie Kay, has passed away. With a heroin overdose, and
But the heroin overdose story was crazy. She was trying to mail 200 bags of dope to Angelina Jolie. Is that correct?
you did your homework. Debbie was shipping 200 bags, or was supposed to ship 200 bags of heroin to Angelina Jolie. She asked Debbie to ship it to her. Debbie was trying to get clean, but she decided to do it. But that night, Debbie ended up using some of the bags, and they were bad bags. And the next day, she had passed away. And it was heartbreaking. Angelina called me and said she was going to pay for the funeral, and she never did. She never did. It was a major lawsuit. The family was suing for defamation. But what happened was, you can't, well, we didn't know at the time, but a judge had a rule: if you can defame a corpse. Can a family sue if you defame a dead person? That was the basis of the trial. But the family, you know, and I don't blame them. They came out of the woodwork when that show aired, and it was.
I would have sued Howard Stern too, no doubt about it. That's terrible. Why not?
Yeah, in fact, my attorney told me I should sue Howard Stern.
Yeah, you could have sued Howard Stern. You should have sued him. But you kind of liked, even though you took a lot of hits for Howard Stern. He didn't take any for anybody, so you shouldn't feel bad. Some chunks, is that correct? Howard was displaying chunks of bones.
You really know your stuff. Yep. I didn't know it either at the time. There's two ways of doing it. One is that what you see in the Big Lebowski, and and the other kind is like chicken bones, chunks, and it's
very
rough.
unpleasant. It's very unpleasant. But
and Howard picked up the pieces, held them up in the, to the camera, and said, "Hey, Robin, you think this is Debbie's head?" And it was unreal. It was unreal.
What if I told you this, Chauncey? This is gonna blow your mind, because I know you're pretty. Even though you're a family man and this and that. What if I told you that Howard Stern, even though he thinks he's a germ freak, he's probably participated in satanic rituals with bones before? What if I was to tell you that? Would you believe me? Would you say that was impossible?
No, nothing's impossible.
Wow! That's cool. Okay, sorry, we had to do that. I know that's annoying. Enough about the Primetime 99 show. Let me go back to you. But what did you think?
That's disturbing. I've never heard that story.
Oh, sure. Oh, let me turn that off. Yes, that story's true because it's like scrubbed from the internet. And so I heard that from like an old Stuttering John interview. And, that story is confirmed that Chauncey Hayden guy was part of the lawsuit. So isn't that crazy? All that stuff I called him about Pizzagate. Like I'm getting more and more deep into Howard. Because he was my hero, Lala. So I'm gonna expose Howard because he's definitely Illuminati, New World Order, bought and sold. Yeah.
Who isn't?
So what do you think about that? Yeah, maybe that's what they say on my show, and I actually kind of like that. You know, I like him to think that maybe keep him guessing. Maybe that I am CIA. It's like Anderson Cooper. Maybe I did study at the CIA. So what do you think about Anderson Cooper and Don Lemon? Are they your favorite? Do you love CNN, Lala?
No, I've literally never watched the news ever. So
I know that's why I was saying that because didn't you just say so you literally. Do you not read the news either though? Like, do you keep up? Like, how do you know current events?
I hear like based on people I follow, I hear stuff, but even still, I'm just like, okay, that's like really sounds manufactured or whatever. I wonder if that has something to do with how easy it is to pull yourself out. Like if you've never watched the news growing up, type of thing. You know?
I don't know because like I read the news every day just to basically decode it. And I'm not like I'm some master decoder or gematria just because I can see the bias in the slant. So it's like the Pentagon is constantly saying they're giving us these blurry pictures of UFOs. That means UFOs are fake. That means they're fake. Or, no, I'm not saying there isn't some extraterrestrial thing that can't come from the ocean or this and that. But how they present us these flying beings from like galaxy far, far away,
right?
That's bullshit. That's fake news.
Yeah, like what do you think about USOs?
We'll say that. What does USO stand for? Unidentified sunken objects?
Yeah.
Sunken
object? In the water.
Yeah, I mean, there's definitely... This is what's so bullshit! They say we know more about space in the ocean, yet I've been to a sushi restaurant with 110 different styles of sushi, and I've never had space fish. I've never had one kind of space fish, Lala. But they're going to look me dead in the eye and be like... Hey, motherfucker, we know more about that shit than where your poo-poo and pee-pee water goes or where our fish come from. That's a lie. That's a lie. They know way more about the ocean than they know about space. But it's not a lie that we don't know much about the ocean. Do you see where the lies and truth is mixed?
Right. Right. What have they not lied to us about? Is there anything?
Yeah, I mean, the only thing they can't lie to us about is the pattern or the clock in the sky, the sky clock, because like they know they can't, unless they control the sun and moon and stars, which I don't believe. I'm just saying that's like the sun coming up. I think that's the only thing that's not in their control because that's like God created or whatever. But they would like to control that. That's like that's the last thing that they want to get. Because they basically have us in the New World Order. They have us all pitted against each other. But like now Bill Gates wants to shoot chalk up in the atmosphere. I mean, it's like, dude, they are literally the Tower of Babel. Instead of it being a tower, it's weather modification is what it is, I believe.
I was just talking about this last night of how the Bible could like be predictive programming in itself. Because everything in Revelations, Christians are like, oh, it's coming true. It's coming true. And it's like, well, what if they wrote it that way?
Well, I believe the Bible heavily is some sort of holy book because, it's so spread. It's like the number one book, but it's definitely another manipulation tool. You know what I mean?
Well,
so,
I think both can be true. I think that it could be like a holy book with a bunch of truth in it, but also been manipulated over the hundreds, if not thousands of times it's been rewritten.
Well, if the book's not bad, it's the interpretation of that's bad, So let's not even say the books. But then even in the Bible, I mean, like I haven't even read the whole Bible. So you haven't even read the whole Bible, you're commenting. What I'm just saying is, I'm sorry I burped like that. I'm so disgusting. I'm doing all this soda. I'm so nasty. But this is the dating castle, so the date is officially over. Time to call the Uber. But no, getting back on the theological argument, it's just what I'm saying is I'm not saying the Bible's inaccurate, but I'm also saying that it's been corrupted by man. So it's kind of confusing on who to believe sometimes. Okay, hold on. Let me get this real quick. Yellow, is this something important? I'm live. Oh, sorry. He usually doesn't call me unless it's important. He knows. Well, it's 8. It's kind of early. He knows that. Okay, sorry about that. Sorry, I just hadn't talked to him. I got to answer it. Live on the air. We got to handle the business. But what do you think about the Bible and like Nephilim, like the Book of Enoch? They even say the Book of Enoch is found like with the Dead Sea Scrolls. I mean, even that is not collectively agreed upon by biblical scholars. So it's like a lot of this or all of it, not a lot of this, is up to your interpretation. And so people are gonna get mad at other people if you don't interpret it the exact same way as I do.
It's crazy to me. I know that's where the line is for a lot of people. And with all due respect to them, I don't judge anyone for their own beliefs, but they do to us, you know. So
Well, Lala, so tell me this. Okay, so you have the nice microphone. Why did you get into broadcasting? Like, because for me, it's like the truth. I always like wanted to be a broadcaster or, want to talk about something, but I was able to, I think I'm able to be funny about this because I'm actually passionate about the subjects that I talk about now. And it's like basically a news analyst or something. So what made you want to take it like to the next level? Like, I'm going to talk about this into a microphone because that's a big step, especially as, I don't want to be like, oh, it's sexist. A woman, a beautiful young woman truther. And I know you were being anonymous. You're doing the Vendetta, V for Vendetta style. Not really, but you know what I mean. But what is it? It takes a lot of moxie. So I really appreciate you is what I'm trying to say is I'm trying to applaud you for having the cojones to actually speak about this stuff. Because I'm not well liked by some new friends I met, but a lot of my friends do not like the subjects that I talk about and the ideas that I, talk, just my basic ideas of life.
I've always been kind of outspoken and kind of weird and a black sheep in pretty much all of the circles. I think people just kind of accepted that about me, like, oh, Amanda's just, kind of crazy or whatever. That kind of stuff never has bothered me. I created my account late in last year, and really just to observe and follow other people, and not to get like, I was just kind of using my personal for whatever. I never even go on there anymore. But then I started making memes, and that has been bringing me a lot of joy.
The memes. I like that. I know. Isn't that crazy, Lala? Why is that? Why, and I was, okay, let me tell you this. I was actually really enjoying my Instagram and making memes and stuff, but then I got so shadow banned on Instagram. I can't hardly get any of my now I don't even want to find memes, look at memes. Like, I'm just so, I got a lot of cathartic good energy and laughter out of memes, reading the comments that the people put on the memes.
Right.
Now I'm saying you still have a lot of meme energy, I think, and I'm not saying you run out of it. I'm almost run out of meme energy because like I had it that it was rolling good and then it like stopped dead in its tracks, and it's like all that momentum, it's hard to build it back up. Kind of sucks.
Sometimes it happens like that. I'm like, man, this meme factory is running low right now. Sometimes you got to borrow from other people. Sometimes, you have a lot going on. So I just have my memes and my podcast. And the reason why I started my podcast is because I started finding podcasts that I actually enjoyed listening to. I never really got the appeal of them. And I guess I just never found the niche that I wanted. And then when I started finding stuff like about the current events that I was into, and then more into like the metaphysical stuff that we were talking about, I just thought like, why can't I do that? And why can't I have these conversations with people that I find interesting? And then I just started it like a couple weeks later. So
look at you. I'm the same way. I'm like, look, these people are talking about it. Well, because the mainstream media can never talk about this subject. So we're not competing with any of those people. So it's just literally dog eat dog. Let's talk about it and not live in fear. I love that you actually did that. So you are, this is what I'm saying. I was actually listening to the CNN revelation where the guy was talking about like, if it bleeds, it leads. And he was like saying all this stuff, like this terrible stuff. But he said like, one of the things he said that resonated with me, he's like, people love passion. And that's true. It's like, even if you're lacking somewhere, if you're actually passionate about it, that comes through. And that's what I saw with other truthers and stuff like that. Like their editing and all their crap might not be like all that badass. Not that mine is. I'm just saying it doesn't take all that, because if they're passionate about the subjects, like RV Truth, if you ever look into him, you need to interview RV Truth. That'll be really interesting. I'll send you his link. Or write him down, RV Truth. He'll really freak your mind. Yeah, he's a big guy. You'll love him, and I'll give him your information. And you definitely need to interview him. But yeah, I'm just saying it's. I kind of lost my train of thought when I was saying that when you're speaking.
Why did you start yours, or how long have you been doing it?
Well, I started in May, and I started my Instagram a little bit before, and I started mine during the freaking pandemic. I was just sick of it, and really, Well, another thing that was a big part of it, I worked for a TV show, Cheaters, where we catch people cheating on their husbands and wives, and I signed an NDA.
I know exactly what
I
you're
can only say so much about that. But the host, my good friend Clark Gable, died of a fentanyl drug overdose. And the guy that owned the show told me I was going to be the next host. And then when it came time for this show to come back like a year later or 2 years later, he didn't hire me. So I was really dejected and I quit there. And so it was actually a guy at Cheaters that suggested, hey, Alex, he had his studios, like, you need to start doing your own show. And that thing, and next thing you know, now I'm never going to stop, Lala. Primetime 99 is never going to stop, and either should you, because the only person that's stopping us is ourselves.
Is that show true? Like, are those real stories?
Obviously, I can't talk about that, Lala, but you can do your own information. Like I said, I talked about a non-disclosure agreement with him, so I can reveal anything that I'm not liable in a lawsuit. But anybody can do their own research, and as a skeptic, can make their own deductive reasoning. But I'll tell you, it's the same as all reality TV. That's
right. I was
going
to say, I feel like maybe when reality TV first hit the scene, like, I don't know, 90s or something like that, maybe they were a little bit more realistic. And then
Well, I think it's impossible, even though reality TV, like now, like Big Brother and all this stuff, they can, pick who goes home and stuff. But reality will never ever be able to be real, because it's never going to be like a fly on the wall. Like, it's never real reality. That's the only way. It's like the Truman Show, which resonated with me. You have to have somebody in a cage and not know they're being filmed for it to actually be reality, because as soon as a person knows a camera, or you set them up in a scene with a microphone, they're going to talk different. You and I are talking, even though you and I are talking normal, or like how we talk, I'm still talking a little bit different. It's like It's impossible not. So to really have a real reality show, you have to not. It's like what the CIA watches when they watch our webcams. That's the real reality show. When they see me, eating Oreos at 3 a.m, that's and using my phone as a light, and I'm like, I got shit on my face and a phone, using it to find the Oreos. That's the reality show. And
you're sleeping with how many cats?
Well, in the bed too, and Kyle sometimes will come in the morning. We'll have a kind of a foursome type deal. It's not a healthy relationship, Lala. It's a disgusting. I have a lot of mental health issues, and I'm addicted. I have toxoplasmosis, so I have health issues, and I want to be treated fairly. And we are all about equity here at the Conspiracy Council. So, what do you think about that? Equality versus equity, and the fact that they're voting for reparations. Are you pro reparations? I'm kind of pro reparations. Why the fuck not? Who cares? It's all fake money anyway. It's going to collapse sooner than later.
But I also just wish people would stop living with like this victim consciousness in general, regardless of their race. Just literally everybody.
Is anybody ever going to stop playing the victim though? I mean, that's all society is. Who can be the bigger victim?
It's like if you're not a victim, you're racist now. It's one or the other.
No, it really is that bad. I mean, the victim, the victim shaming, people get so much joy out of also, like, what I'm saying is people want to play the victim, and then also the right likes to kind of rub it in and start it. They have us divided. So what I'm saying, what I'm trying to get to is if they do the reparations, that's meant to divide us more, because everybody's going to see all the black people with this new money. They're going to be balling and buying new cars, and they're going to be all going to Miami, and everybody's going to see it, and the collective consciousness is going to be like, oh, they're all having all that fun. Well, I'm sitting here broke with my kids, and I can't, feed my daughter. Oh, fuck, and America, and learn, and get her done. And it's just going to be a really fucked up situation, like American History X or something.
Right. Is that how they talk in Texas?
Kinda. That's how I talk. How y'all doing?
Not in Dallas. Dallas is like, I work out of company from Texas, so I go there often. And
wow, this is the Dating Castle, Lala Beams. Everybody that's watching at home, people said the Dating Castle. It's funny because if you're coming to Dallas, we have to at least get a cup of coffee. I stopped drinking alcohol. Do you drink? I used to drink a lot. Or do you like to imbibe?
I drink sometimes, but I was going to say, if this is the Dating Castle, my friend Velo actually wanted me to say that you're kind of her type, and she likes cats too. So
wow, and is she in the Metroplex, or does she come by Dallas? I'm not very picky. I would love to meet her.
I don't know. I thought she was watching. Maybe she'll say something in the chat. Hey, Velo.
Say something. Velo. Is it Vela or Velo with an O or
Velo.
A? Oh,
Velo.
like Velo. I like it, Velo. Welcome to the Conspiracy Castle, Velo. You can you can be my very special guest in the behind the scenes of the castle where not a lot of people get to see. And I know that's not a great, thing. I'm not saying see behind the it was a big deal.
Wait, do
but
you have dating castle often?
why are people saying that? It's always kind of.
No, you just kept saying it. So.
No. People always joke around whenever I have a girl, any woman on.
Okay.
Even like when I have not anything against you, but I have a Lorraine Day, an 84-year-old woman on the show. She's a doctor. She's great. But people even always say there's romantic. And I admit there is a little romantic chemistry there. I just think it's natural. I mean, come on. I'm a host of a show. I have young ladies on the show, old ladies, all ladies. Come on. It's part of my charisma. Give me a freaking joke. It's the Dating Castle Wednesdays. But back to you. What is your ideal first date? And what is your Venmo username?
Oh man. My OnlyFans is just kidding.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was insinuating. No, but I hate those questions like first date. I hate first dates.
Okay, I'll give you. I love being outside. And I have like a type that I like fishermen. It's really weird to most people, but I mean, you can see behind me.
Where
I have
are
the
you?
fish.
Yeah, wait, where are you? Are you near the water? Can you say
I'm
that?
in Florida.
Oh yeah,
I'm
you
in
said
Florida.
that already. So wait, so you like all these like fishermen? Wow, wait,
I like blue collar.
Those guys are badass. One of my buddies, Johnny Coons, moved to Alaska and is a successful fisherman, and other guys go there. All these Highland Park kids go and work for him in the summer and stuff. But that's hard work. So you like a hard working, kick-ass guy, but you also must like a guy that gets to go away for a week every day. You must like your alone time too or something.
Well, I mean, in Florida, it's not really like that because they have like a lot of just day charters and stuff like that.
Oh, duh. I don't fucking know. Do you know a lot
Have
of
you ever been
yachties?
fishing?
I'm stuck. I've never been on a yacht or fishing. Lala, I'm a bitch ass. Are you kidding? I'd fucking go out there and I'd get overheat from the sun. I've been on boats in Miami and stuff like that. I've been on a cruise ship twice. I've been on, you know what the fuck I mean. I'm not some maritime expert by any means. I spent a lot of time at the ocean. Not on boats, but Lala, so are you one of these like boat and hose type of girl? Are you on the boat all day long? Oh, no, I'm just jealous. I'm not telling you that, but you know how all their Instagram girls are always, anytime they're on a boat, they take a picture of the boat. I think, what is it about the boat? This is what I'm trying to say. Lala, I love you already. You like fishermen. I don't think you like the fishermen. I think you like the boat. I think everybody likes the boat.
No, because I don't like, their hands have to be like rough and they don't necessarily have to have a boat. They just have to know how to fish, and we could buy a boat one day.
I know, but there is something masculine about a boat. I don't know what it is. It's just rough and tough.
But if they have a boat and they don't know how to fish, I'm not about it. So.
Well, shit, I'm fucked. You're not like me. I don't even eat meat. I eat vegetarian sushi is my new favorite food. How fucked up is that? I told you,
there's Velo. The Velo commented in the chat. So
Velo,
Victoria Lopez.
what? Victoria Lopez. Ooh, wow, that sounds like lethal. Is that Jennifer Lopez? We call her Velo. Oh, that's Velo. Oh, duh, like J-Lo. Victoria Lopez. Come on down. The price is right. I like that.
So let's ask you, what's your type? What's your ideal date?
Well, I'd prefer if she was maimed in some sort of accident, because I prefer a woman that has post-traumatic stress and an artificial limb, because I don't want her to cheat on me. I just want a woman that's going to love me and not be fawned over constantly. And just, I don't want I'm not perfect. So I would really like a military veteran or an ex-UFC fighter. So if you could find me that with an ex-UFC fighter that had staph infection and had to get her foot amputated, or diabetic, that's my dream girl.
So, okay. I don't know what to say to that.
You don't know any diabetic UFC fighters by the chance?
No.
Velo, it's okay if you don't have diabetes yet. But we're going to the all-you-can-eat buffet, Velo, so get ready.
She said she's looking for someone who wears suits and is smart enough to commit a white-collar crime.
The thing is, I'd probably get caught. I can't, I have to follow all the rules. And I'm wearing the suit. Look, tonight, somebody made fun of my pocket square. Look, I'm wearing a pink pocket square to match with my tie. I usually wear a white. We're stepping up the castle.
If I had a suit, I would be wearing one right now with you, but... Sorry.
You don't have a Hillary Clinton pantsuit, Lala? You're canceled. No. You're fired. What do you think about Trump Daddy? He became a vaccine salesman. He's a bitch ass. What do you think about Trump?
Oh, that's so horrible. And I'm honestly sick of the people being oh, it's optics, trust the plan. Like
I'm
there's
over it.
really, I just talked to my friend today, um, my coworker, and he was saying how he got the Johnson and Johnson because apparently it was like not the modified RNA
Yeah,
technology.
So, is
And
he
it's
feeling
like,
bad?
no,
feeling fine.
and then that's the other thing is all my coworkers are like, "Oh, I just got it. I feel horrible. I feel like I have a whole rock attached to my brain." And then this other guy, he's like in his 30s, he said, "Oh, I passed out from it." It's like this is not normal.
Why? We can only say we're live on YouTube, so we can only say so much stuff. They get medical information. I get so
Yeah.
many strikes a lot, but we've probably already said enough. I might have to put this on patrons only. We'll see what else you say, but I'm saying
Sorry.
no. It's not you. It's not you. I'm just a bitch ass. I'm a cuck. I have to cuck to YouTube so I don't lose my channel. But no, don't worry. What I'm trying to say is this: is you're so right. People are freaking taking unnecessary risks for unnecessary shit because we live in a world of fat Americans that rather eat free donuts than actually take care of their health. You know what I mean? So this is another thing I say. Listen, and I've been talking about this lately because I just listened to a podcast. A&W hamburgers, when they were first coming out, they were trying to compete with McDonald's, and they did this huge national market survey study where they asked people what they thought was bigger, the third-pound burger or the quarter-pounder, because they were competing with McDonald's quarter pounder, and so they made a burger that was a third of a pound, which is bigger than a quarter pounder. But people were so dumb when they saw the 1.4 instead of the 1.3. Everybody thought the 1.4 was bigger because people were that stupid. They can't do one simple fraction. So that's what I'm saying is society is so fucked, Lala, that we are. Is it even worth saving? And I'm not saying I don't want to yell and Lala. I mean, and call out hypocrisy, but is society savable? I would argue. I do not think so. I do not think it's. I mean, that sounds weird. People are like, oh, that's what is that? That's very black pill, I guess, or whatever. But I just don't know if that's. I don't know. I mean, save it from what? From itself? I mean, we're going to constantly tear each other down. We're on this highway to hell, and they say the road to hell is paved with good intentions. That's the problem. Is society is going to overdo these good intentions and literally create like a dystopian apocalyptic future within the next 5 years, I believe.
It's definitely headed that way. Regardless if that's true or not, that's actually going to happen, I do still believe in, the power of positivity and the power of like raising your vibration. So I like to keep thinking the best possible outcome.
I manifest that when I say it. And, we're going to be okay. I think you and I will be okay, Lala, because we're awake to it. But people are going to be under such trauma-based mind control, they will never be able to get out. It's like Aldous Huxley, A Brave New World. Like, people are going to be so scared because the reality which they live in, you and I will not live in that same reality. Like, we don't live in now. But the reality that people live in will be so trauma-based that they will have no quality of life in the near future. And that's the apocalyptic future. Because if you really think about it, go into a grocery store and everybody's wearing a hazardous mask, we're already in the apocalypse. I would have never thought that. I would have never fucking thought that. You always see futuristic things, people always wearing helmets. I'm like, what is that predictive program? Why would people need helmets? Well, now I know every motherfucker needs a helmet. And that's so sad that that's where we're heading. They're not coming off. They're only adding more.
It's really bizarre. It's very bizarre. What are some of like your favorite conspiracies to dive into, like on the lighter side?
On the lighter side of conspiracy.
No, let me tell you. Playing with bones.
I know. Let me tell you what I really like, and what really taught me a lot is I really liked L. Ron Hubbard and Scientology and that psyop.
Oh, I live in the world headquarters.
Yeah, because you're in Clearwater. Okay, I see Spicy Sarah. I feel like I hadn't seen you in the chat, Spicy Sarah. What's up, girl? Okay, but yeah, so you live near the freaking headquarters. Wait, slow down. Let me tell you a little bit about L. Ron Hubbard because he's part of all the space psyop with basically Jack Parsons and all these guys were the people that created the NASA program were all satanic, occultic, like sex magic, devil worshipping freaks, drug addicts, including L. Ron Hubbard himself. And he was high on mescaline and pain pills and cigarettes constantly. And he created this religion, and Tom Cruise, one of the biggest actors, and a lot of other actors became a part of it. So the guy in Scientology is probably, for me, the juiciest Hollywood. fluffernutter conspiracy, in my opinion.
I really want to have like a Scientology cult survivor. I've been saying this on my show. But I keep like trying to find one, and they all have pronouns in their profiles. So they're just like, liberals or mentally ill. It's because of their cult background is my take on it. But did you see the documentary about all that? Like Leah Remini or whatever her name is, when she got.
I've watched it all. Leah Remini, she's the one on A&E, and then the best one though is the documentary is Going Clear on HBO. And I don't like to pump up HBO; they're terrible. But you need to watch You need to watch that tonight, Lala. That's the best breakdown of Scientology and like the psyop of it, and basically how they excommunicate people. Like, the reason why Scientology is bad is because, like, if you decide to go against it, they prey on vulnerable people by getting them to constantly pay money, and they get them, like, once they get them in the program, they get their social security number, and they have a whole bank division where they just go and apply to MasterCard, Visa, and get credit cards in these people's names so they can buy books and all this literature, and it's really just like this weird money religion scheme. I mean, it's really some dark stuff, but the problem is, this is where it gets bad, they excommunicate members. So like if one person in the family leaves, the whole family has to excommunicate and not talk to you, and it's really fucked up when they do that. That's like what they're known for, being so evil. Because, like, let's say you're a Scientologist, you want to quit. If you have a job, a lot of the Scientologists help people get jobs. You get fired, you lose your job, they take away your permits. It's called squirrel. It's not just, they don't just excommunicate you, they go after you. You actually become, if you are a member of the church and you leave it, you don't just become excommunicated, you actually become an enemy, like what they call an enemy of the church.
Yeah. And do you know about, you seem like you know a lot about it, and I couldn't think of the name of, they have like a boat where they put all the kids on, and
that's a Sea Org. That's a Sea Org. And so, kids go on there, but I think you might have to be 16 or 18 because there's a different thing for kids. But the Sea Org is where you sign a billion-year contracts and you go on a boat and you just go through Panama, and you're supposedly doing like missionary work, and they pay you like 15 cents an hour, and you just do intense auditing. And auditing is their idea of, like, psychiatry basically, and they just audit you, they write down stuff, and they put you in like kind of this like mini psychosis state where you talk about past lives, and you're actually trying to get rid of thetans and bad energies and bad vibrations. Like, some of the stuff they talk about, as woo-woo and weird as it gets, it probably does help people, even though like it's so weird, because I think talking to anybody about anything can be kind of cathartic. Like, even this show, talking to you, it can be cathartic. So I'm not saying a religion can't have something good, but that religion's it's fucked up. The Sea Org is I'm trying to say, what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to make a case for the people that fall into it. I can see why. Everybody that's looking for something, you just fall into the trap. For some reason, this earbud's killing my ear. But you can just see how that happens with something like Scientology, and these people think they're going on missionary work on a boat. It's fucked up, Lala.
Yeah, and they had like all these tables set up at all of the Walmarts by like in this area, where they would have like a little stress test thing set up, and you'd be like, how stressed are you? Yeah. And then once you take the test, because it's like free stress test, here comes
they never stop emailing book. Yeah, they want to sell you a book. You gotta immediately buy something. It's a scam, and they own some of the biggest real estate holdings in the United States, especially where you're at in Clearwater. They own downtown Clearwater. Is that correct? Almost.
Yeah. Yep. And they all walk around. Sorry, I just got a text. My friends want, hi, Roan and Austin. And
hey, Roan. Hey, guys. Austin. Where's my girl, Victoria Lopez? Where you at, Velo?
But, oh, yeah. They walk all around in the same outfit, and they look like robots. It's creepy.
What is the outfit? What's the outfit they wear?
It's almost like a white collared shirt and
khakis or something?
Navy pants. And I've told this story before, but I used to like go in and like skateboard like down there and run in and just yell like there is a God or something. Just like
look at you, Lala. You're stirring the pot. That's my little truther babe right there, going and yelling at the Scientologist. LOL, you're a badass.
This was like, I was really young too. So this is probably like 14 years old, 15.
Well, one good thing, another thing I'm like, was been saying nice, at least they have constant security around it. Cause I lived in West Hollywood for a little bit, kind of near, not like right next to Scientology, but there's always a Scientologist on their bike. So at least there's no crime in that. Like it's a nice, probably a safe place for you to exercise in all reality.
Yeah. Yeah.
Did any Scientologists ever like try to, you dealt with a lot of them trying to get you to get on the e-meter? Like, hey, join it, Have you interacted with that many people or you just seen it?
No, they definitely will just stick to themselves in the downtown area. There was weird stories coming out sometimes. I remember someone had died in one of their buildings, and they said that essentially they wouldn't let them get doctor's care, and she could have been healed. And they had her, when they found her, she had like cockroach bites all over her.
Yeah, that's what's his name's wife. That was really famous. That was a really famous case. That woman that they didn't let her leave. Like she died there. And I know exactly what you're talking about, but I'm not exactly. I can't think of it. But there's been a bunch of weird cases like that. Like Shelley Miscavige, the head guy. His name is David Miscavige, and they haven't seen his wife in like 9 years. And Leah Remini tried to blow the whistle. Yes, and the cops like looked into it and they said that they communicated with her and that's all, and they can't do anything else. Yeah, something weird. Yes, and that's the head of the whole thing, David Miscavige. So they are really freaking weird, Lala. And that's like that's baby truth, but it's really just you need to watch. Everybody needs, if you haven't seen the documentary Going Clear on HBO, or it's probably bootlegged everywhere because it's been out, but it's the best succinct documentary about Scientology and L. Ron Hubbard and their control and how they got tax-free exemption. It's just a really good documentary, one of the best I've ever seen. I'm not just saying that.
I just booked today David Thibodeau, I think his name is. He's like the Waco survivor.
Wow, I haven't talked to him. I don't know. That Waco thing was a weird psyop. We're gonna have more of that type of stuff in the very near future.
Really?
Yeah, I think that's the next psyop too. Is like, I don't know. I mean, just Waco type events. I mean, I didn't know that. We were so young.
I see.
You know what I mean? Like, FBI standoffs. They love that. I mean, watch. They're gonna have more standoffs, more riots. This is gonna be White Boy Summer, is what they're calling it. That means Riot Boy Summer. They're gonna be this summer. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what psyop is gonna happen, but the media is gonna be looking for news coverage. The guy from CNN, I said this twice, he goes, if it bleeds, it leads. Like, they're going to, without Trump, these media moguls are going to get desperate and they're going to try to start a literal war. And it's not, if I'm not being facetious, they're going to be trying to do this. And this show isn't satire, it's entertainment purposes only. But that's just the vibrational energy that seems to be giving off sometimes.
Yeah. Well, shift that timeline. I know you guys love your black pills, but
explain that, because I think I was listening to just watching a video about how like we do control. There's only a certain amount of outcomes our life can have, and we actually make those outcomes. Like there's predetermined outcomes that we actually choose by making decisions, like going left or right, doing this or that. So kind of, what do you believe about that? Creating your own reality and manifesting it, and because I manifested a bunch of bad stuff tonight. Is that, and I manifest all the time. I drink all this soda. I'm always manifesting like Alzheimer's and kidney stones and stuff.
You're a vegan who
don't want to talk about it. I'm a fucked up person with a lot of emotional, mental health issues.
Look at this. Let's start a YouTube channel where we eat crab legs. We'll drink drawn butter and get diabetes for you. Do you see this?
Oh, Victoria, let's start another YouTube channel. I love that. All you can eat crab legs, ASMR. We'll get. Oh, Victoria Velo. Wow, Velo. I'd love to dip some freaking crab in some butter and feed you. I would love it. Diabetes.
So
if all you have to do is lose your foot or one toe, two toes. I mean, two toes. Then you can lose a pinky one, and if you lose your big toe, you only have to lose your big toe, Victoria. That's just one big toe, and your balance is gonna be off. But I'll carry you. I swear, Victoria. Your center of gravity will be bad, but you'll be so covered in butter that we'll probably have to get a wheelchair anywhere. So it's really not that big a deal. So you're not going to be walking that much. So yeah, Velo.
So back to controlling timelines. I've been having really weird dreams lately about this. We watched Vanilla Sky the other night, and I don't know if you've ever seen that before.
That's true. That's what's happening. Go ahead. But yeah, how do you plug into a fake reality? Like
yeah. So he had gotten into an accident, fucked up his face, and then he went and basically paid to be like in this virtual reality forever. And he kept having technical difficulties. Tech support. So basically, when you're like going, and I think that's what my dreams have been about ever since then, is how one thing, like even like someone like you could potentially just be a projection of my thoughts. Like, did I come up with you in my thoughts? Like, and I think, people bring up simulation theory, but I don't really like that because it feeds into nihilism for me. I think that it could potentially be true, but it has to be combined with like a divine creator. And I do think that both could be true. So if you think of the world in that way of energies, frequencies, vibrations, and you're just focusing on all of this negative stuff all of the time, and the world ending up in like that dystopia or whatever you said at the end of the world, which we are, there is an apocalypse, there's an unveiling happen, which is literally what that means. I just don't agree with that. I just, regardless if that's like how we end up, I think it's a direct reflection of so many people being fear focused on it.
Well, do you not think that they want to make things so bad so that you do a vanilla sky and you plug your consciousness into a computer and they tell you, well, all you have to do is kill yourself, but you're going to live forever in the simulated reality of heaven?
Do you think that we already did that? And maybe like when we're dreaming, we're really alive?
Wow. Well, I mean, right now, am I plugged into it? Sometimes I do feel that because I swear, because I'll be walking and I'll be like, and I don't feel like I have a lot of luck, but sometimes when things are going my way, I'm like, is this meant to, and it sometimes goes on my channel because sometimes I get a strike and stuff. Sometimes I'm like, am I meant to be a big time broadcaster? Because I always meant, because that I am meant to be a broadcaster. I'm not saying that means it's fake, but kind of, it's like, is it fake? Am I really doing this? Yeah. Sometimes I do kind of struggle with what is real. It's not that I think the world's fake, but
no,
I don't know.
It's
hard. It's just hard. Like, what is life? What is this? Why am I here? Am I real? What am I, a soul? This body? I can't control my body, but I can't control this involuntary stuff. I mean, there's just a lot of existential questions that can't be answered. So it's really can be mind,
What are your thoughts then on the divine creator? Is there one, etc.?
There's got to be a creator and maybe multiple. I know that people don't like that, but maybe that's the Trinity. Maybe there's three, maybe there's different, gods that are competing against each other. I don't know, but I just feel like there has to be a creator because we have such a complex system that couldn't have been created on accident. Like just the sheer fact of us being here is so minute, minuscule, impossible. Yet we're here and we don't take advantage of it because there's a lot of external circumstances that take away from our pineal gland or from our soul. But like there is something to this. I don't know what we go to, but to me, the idea that they tell us we evolved from pond scum, they tell us that we're hurtling through space. That is just another technique for them to manipulate and control us. So it's probably the opposite. Whatever they tell us, we ought to believe the opposite.
Yeah, or a combination of all of the things, plus what you see in the movies, I think, tell a lot of the truth.
Truth in the movies, lies in the news. That's for sure.
What about, I've been hearing a lot of people talk about like that King Kong Godzilla.
Yeah, I know. People have been talking about that movie. What do you think about that? I was thinking, I wonder what the psyop of that is.
I kind of want to watch it just because it talks about like the hollow earth and all of that. I think Elon Musk said it was like a conspiracy theory's wet dream.
Is that how he described it? Is that really true?
I think so.
Wow, maybe I have to watch it. I'm sure it's on demand. You don't have to go to the theater, do you?
I don't know.
Now I think all movies are basically on demand, I believe.
Yeah.
But I'm going to see it. So are you going to go watch it now? Are you going to go watch it?
I don't know. I rarely watch movies, but I do.
He's probably paid by the fucking movie company to tweet that. I mean, you know what I mean? Give me a break. He's such a fraud. And he's with that Grimes girl. Did you see her tattoo? Just Elon Musk pissed me off. He's like, oh, it looks so real. It's got to be fake. And he just basically, he's the revelation of the method. Like either he's just so stupid, which I don't believe, or he's just like teasing us because like they get no pleasure. They have all the money in the world, so they don't have anxiety about money. So their problems are like, well, let's create my own problems. Let me date this weird girl that has like weird tattoo issues, and let me give my son like a name that people can't even say. Like they have to create their own problems. They have to be self-sabotagers because they have to give themselves something to do. So they have to create problems because their money solves all their issues. So they have to create problems that aren't solvable with money, like public relation nightmares, or putting your opinion out there, smoking weed on Joe Rogan's show. When it's not illegal, it's not even bad, but it just sends this message that causes you more hysteria, puts a magnifying lens on you on purpose, which I do that too. I like attention, but he's just an attention whore. Like myself.
Right.
Me and Elon will be buds. We'll be attention whore Olympics. Elon, but you win. You beat me every day. He's got the fake space going to Mars. It's like they're going to, Elon Musk is talking about putting Jurassic Park on Mars, and they can't even fix homelessness or, help our military vets when they get back. Give me a freaking break.
But dinosaurs are fake too.
Dinosaurs are bullshit. Yeah, like we have big lizards. I mean, well, and you look at a whale bones, you guys type in sperm whale. I mean, some of these bones that have washed up on Earth can be huge. I mean, a sperm whale is huge. So the fact that there's big bones exist now. So that's not enough evidence. And all the bones are found within like a few thousand feet of the soil. I mean, the idea that the Big Bang is everything came from nothing, that's fucking lie. That's why we know that somebody had to create us. I mean, an egg sent from freaking Superman, wherever he's from. I mean, somebody sent it here, somehow. And I'm saying that facetiously, but I'm just saying some like being smarter than us decided this shit that we can't even understand. We can't even comprehend. Like that thing inside of us that controls our body. Maybe it's that times a million. Like and it doesn't need its body wherever it resides right now. It doesn't need the physical body.
Right. Yep. Dinos are fake. Dragons probably real.
Nuclear
Giants,
weapons
definitely real.
Bullshit. Yeah, giants
Fossil
are real.
fuels fake. Nuclear
Fossil
weapons
fuels fake. Yeah, we love you. You're on the Crow tip. Do you listen to a lot of Crow?
Off and on. I like go through waves with all of my podcasts, honestly. So I like his stuff on like the holistic medicine, and like anything having to do with that. I just love his focus on like the natural world, natural law. Like I love that.
Yeah, I know. Speaking of here, let me actually pull this up. This is actually a good representation of what like the reality that we live in. Hold on, let me.
Can I use the restroom light?
Of course. Yeah, go, please. Let me pull this up. Okay, guys, I wanted to show you all this. So she's gonna use the restroom, relaxing. Okay. Now let me read this for you. In 1871, let me make myself a little bigger for the people watching at home. This is the real reality that we live in. People don't want to talk about. People don't even know. Y'all don't even know none of this. That's the problem. Y'all be not knowing none of this. In 1871, Congress incorporated under the business name the United States of America. The United States is not a country or a state. It is a corporation. Corporations have presidents, vice presidents, secretaries, etc. You don't own yourself. The Federal Reserve does. On your birth certificate, more so the bottom, it states American Banknote or Banknote Corporation of America. On your birth certificate, more so the bottom, it states American Banknote or Banknote Corporation of America. Once a state has registered a birth document, okay. Well, let me do a share screen. You can't see. Share screen. Okay, so I'm reading this. I know it's kind of hard for you to see it, Lala. Oh, shoot, I hate when I grab the wrong thing. Make you bigger. So people at home can maybe see it. I don't make you too big. Basically, what is this here? Let me read it out so you guys can see. Let me keep reading. Okay, once a state is a registered birth document with the United States Department of Commerce, the department notifies the Treasury Department, which takes out a loan from the Federal Reserve. You are merely collateral for debt from foreign investors. The red numbers on your birth certificate are banknotes. Your life is only valued between $650,000 to $750,000. Legally, you are considered to be a slave or indentured servant to the various federal, state, and local governments via your state-issued and state-created birth certificate. In the name of your all-caps person, birth certificates are issued so that the issuer can claim exclusive title to the legal person created thereby. You are not a person, you are a commodity. Now I know that a lot of people think that's hyperbole, but like all the stuff I just said, I mean, I believe there is something weird going on. I mean, like literally the government uses us as like human cattle. They don't really care about our feelings or us. And the Federal Reserve is based on, future people being born. They borrow money against the money they think we're going to create. But that system's going to definitely collapse very soon.
Yeah. I don't know. Makes me pissed. Like, should I have not? I mean, how do you go around that if you have a child or something, knowing that? Move.
It's a nihilist. I mean, what do we do? What if we had a child? I mean, I don't know. I guess just don't play ball. That's all we can do is like choose like not to wear the mask or choose just to go our own separate way. We have to blaze our own trail, but it's not easy because it's bad manners. And like in society, having and I don't have good manners anyway, but like it's hard to operate and get along if you don't go along and have good manners. Like you just constantly get kicked in the head all over and over and over.
Harmon Walker says they're both dancing around the flat Earth subject.
Oh, what is that? What are you a flat? Aren't you a flat earther? Lala?
Didn't we just we
already talked
this.
about that. Yeah, the sun, moon, and stars are a clock in the sky. I'm a geocentrist, not a heliocentrist. I mean, what do we already talked about this? Harmon doesn't even know anything. Harmon is.
I said that it's a black.
Harmon is the number one fan, but he doesn't like to listen to me. Harmon I think he looks at me because Harmon's an attractive, man. He looks at me, and I just don't think he listens. My beauty, I think, and that's easy. Harmon, I know you are not starstruck by my beauty, but Harmon does. He actually guarded Charles Manson, and I remind him of Charles Manson. So when he watches me, he gets starstruck. I know it's not the same for you, but. So Harmon, I apologize. I understand that.
I just sent you the website that I was talking about with the black hole planet.
I don't follow Scientology. Somebody said I follow Scientology. No, I don't follow Scientology. I like talking about Scientology. I've watched that documentary many times.
I
hate when people say that. I do love talking about Scientology. I hate when people call me. I'm not a Scientologist. I've never done Scientologist. Do not join Scientology. I just like talking about it because it's fun. L. Ron Hubbard.
It is interesting. It is.
And fucking Tom Cruise, dude, come on, man, give me a break. Mission Impossible 6, dog. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Come on.
Yeah, I've been watching a lot of his movies. I watched Cocktail the other day too. So,
Cocktail's a great movie. What are you talking about? They're drinking all the drink and they're having all the fun and they're making a drink and they're on the beach and they're living their life.
And then I watched Grease and I'm like, why am I watching all these repto Scientology?
You watch Grease too, right? After you watch See, Lala, what the hell? What the fuck is going on? You're in a Scientology loophole. You're in the Scientology. They got your recommended. They got your streaming. They knew you were going to talk to me. They know they know that you're in St. Pete. They know. Wait, wow. Was that on your Netflix or how did you see it? How was it recommended to you?
I just really we watched Vanilla Sky the other day and then Cocktail came up as a recommendation.
But came on what? Netflix?
I think it was Prime, actually.
You're hacked. Oh, they got your Amazon. You're hacked. They got you. They're recommending John Travolta. They're gonna have. I don't even know any other John Travolta movies. What's the one where he dances and eats cake? Or he's a woman.
Isn't he in that one where they like switch faces with Nicolas
That's Face Off.
That
That's a badass movie. Now Face Off is his best movie. Now that movie you need to go watch. Face Off. If they recommend that, then you should join the church. And I was against it, but now they bring up the movie Face Off. I think I might have to join Scientology now. And now that movie was so good, Lala. I forgot how good that movie was. So, actually, maybe I am a Scientologist now. Maybe I am going to go join. And it's only going to cost me $3,700 for the first class. Seems like a good deal.
For the first class, yeah. So, you're CIA, you are a Scientologist, and maybe Illuminati. We haven't decided yet. So,
well, I am in a secret society. You know how they have the Skull and Bones? Ours is called the Dog and Cats, and I'm on the cat gang. I'm in the cat gang.
I don't know. I don't vibe with cats. I
dated a girl. I actually just recently got with cats, and I dated a girl at the time, and she's like, "Yo, I used to like run over the barn cats," and I kind of was like, "What the fuck?" And I'm just saying, some people are like that. They don't fucking vibe with cats. I get it. I didn't really vibe with them all that much either until I got Sky Bear. And let me just tell you something. I am a cat nut with toxoplasmosis, Lala. And if Sky Bear ever was laid with you, you would fall in love with him. You'd probably get, toxoplasmosis, and that's why you fell in love, because the parasite infected your brain. So it wouldn't be like pure natural love, but it would be toxicity because he's one of the most toxic cats I've ever met in my life.
Right. That's the thing is like when I start to like a cat, a few seconds later they scratch me in my face or something. Like they are bipolar. I have 2 dogs, so I do like animals.
Here's Sky Bear. Somebody said they wanted to see Sky Bear. He's my chunky boy. Look at him. He's chunky. He's a thick boy. Look at this cat. You see this, guys? This is a pure cat adrenaline. Look at that face. Sky Bear. Sky Bear, say hello. This is a pure, you guys don't see a lot of cats. This is one of the most beautiful cats in Dallas County. I rated him #1, actually, and I see a lot of cat. I follow a lot of cat Instagrams. This is the most beautiful cat. He's illegal, and let me tell you something. This is how sick I am. He's a registered service animal, Lala, so I can take him anywhere.
Oh, wow.
Sky Bear.
Hi, Rose. Sorry, I'm not used to having like chatters. This is kind of cool.
It is cool when you do it live, isn't it? Nice. And I'm okay. So I'm supposed to do another show here at 9. So I don't know if you want to wrap this up or if you want to hop on that show. Oh, okay.
Well,
okay.
I mean, it's up to you. I mean, I'm.
Well, let me see if I can send in the link. No, stay on the show if you like. If you enjoy the show, stay on, please. I want you to stay on. Okay, let me send in the link. Let me see if I can get them the freaking link. Some people wanted to do a cross stream. Let me see if I can send it to myself. Sky Bear. So what do you have, a dog? You have no animals, or is it going to eat alligators?
No, I have 2 dogs. I have a big Rottie lab. He's like 100 pounds. And I have a pit bull. She's like a little baby. And
well, no shit, you don't like cats. You're like more intense than I am. You'd probably kick my ass. What the hell? Lala, I don't even eat meat. You're killing alligators. I have a cat on my lap. I'm very emasculated. Everybody thinks I'm gay. I'm not. I'm just saying now I know why, because I sound like a baby back bitch. And I got a pink tie and a pink pocket square and a cat. God almighty. Okay, this is the Mark S. Flat Earth Singularity. Oh, this is the black hole. Okay, here, let me just pull this up.
Hi, Kenny.
Coco Bomb. Okay, let me see who's coming on. I think I sent the link to Mark. Let me send it.
And then I do have a what are those things called? The fish, the ones that everyone has.
What?
Oh, what are they called?
I'm wondering now. You have a fish, a beta fish?
Thank you. Beta fish. Yes.
Oh, beta! And I'm not a beta. Even though I feel like I'm being a beta, I'm actually a freaking badass with a lot of freaking testosterone. I'm just I got a little soft side, sue me. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
I like that. I like to listen to it.
That's good.
I'm like Kenny G. I like a little jazz, a little. I don't know. That's not a good interpretation. I'm just saying I'm like smooth jazz. I'm going to be a little hip, a little hop. Little hippity hop. Okay, but tell me, so what did you talk also about Crow? Did you like it? Did you go good? Did you feel tired after?
Yeah, I was like nervous kind of for his. I don't know. He's just like so smart about so much stuff,
Okay, hold on. Let me see. This guy wants to host it. So I got to have him send me the link so I can resend it to you. I don't know why he wants to do it like this. I guess he wants to be able to edit it. So he's the one that wants to do the show. So I'll wait till he sends me the link, and then I'll hang up on you, and then we'll join back up like that. Because we're live. We have over 200 people watching. So I don't know why we don't end the stream. Or I guess we could end the stream and then just start a new one. I guess that's what we'll do. Okay. So we'll do this this is what we're going to do, Lala. I'm about to send you a thing. We're going to hang up. We're going to end this stream. So because it's been an hour and a half. And then I'm gonna send you this link because I want you to come on the show, because I guarantee there's not gonna be a girl. There's not gonna be a girl on the thing. So we have to fit a quota. I don't care. I'm just an obvious person. I mean, I'm not saying that to be rude, but there needs to be a woman's perspective. It's different from a guy's, and I respect a woman's perspective, especially when it comes to true stuff. So I'm not trying to virtue signal. I'm just trying to be like, come on, let's make it a little not a bunch of dudes sitting here having a circle jerk. Excuse my French. That's not that, you know what I mean? It's fucking annoying.
Well, on that Blackpilla episode, you said circle jerk about like 87 times. So just so you know,
It is a circle jerk when you're sitting with a bunch of dudes talking about conspiracies. I hate it. It's like a freaking high school party when we first had our first porn mag. Not high school, like junior high. We're like, let me borrow the porn magazine and go in the thing and talk in the bathroom. This is weird. We had some fucked up situations as a kid.
all right.
Okay.
So send it over to me then.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, we'll be right back here with another stream. So you guys hold your horses. We're going to end this. And I think we were pretty okay with the content. Like, hopefully we didn't go too far. So I think I'm going to leave this up. And guys, please remember to go join the Patreon. It's $3. Or actually, I'm going to bump it up to $5 because tomorrow we have a patrons only stream. And then Saturday, I'm going to do a daytime patrons only stream. So guys, remember to join the Patreon for $3. And make sure to go follow Lala Beams on her Instagram account. And then also look up Lala Beams on Apple Podcasts. You can see her link is in the description. So guys, go give it a follow, go give it a 5-star review, and say something nice. Lala, is there anything else you want to leave us with this evening?
No, thank you so much for having me, and I'll see you here shortly then. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Lala. Bye.